So today I want us to discuss cars that I personally feel like they are overrated. And this context is cars that are found in the Kenyan market. So first in my list is the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Please don't get me wrong. I really love this car. It looks great. However, I feel like it's really overrated. Spare parts for this car are quite scarce, and also the expertise for repairing such a model is very rare. And also, this is one unit that depreciates very fast. I feel like you can get, instead of this, you can opt for a car like a Mitsubishi Pajero or even a Ford Everest. Although I'm not a big fan of Ford as a brand, but you can get the Mitsubishi Pajero that will offer more value for money. And then second car, actually it will offer the Mitsubishi Pajero will offer more value for money, and it's also more off-road compared to Jeep Grand Cherokee. Well, the Jeep Grand Cherokee serves the looks, so it also depends with what you're looking for. But from a car dealer point of view, I wouldn't advise someone to buy the Jeep Grand Cherokee. The second car in my list that I feel like it's very overrated, don't get me wrong, but this is the BMW X6. Now, we all know that BMW are a luxury brand and they manufacture luxury vehicle. But for the Kenyan context, they tend to be quite expensive. Also, the spare parts for BMW are quite expensive. Maintenance for BMW is very expensive. Have I spoken about the insurance nightmare? So if you are looking for a BMW X6, I want to tell you frankly, this is not a car that is suited for the Kenyan road. Instead of a BMW X6, I would honestly advise my client to opt for the Prado. Actually, the Prado is more suited for the Kenyan road, and it gives a lot of value for money, because we all know Prados are like hotcakes. If you're trying to resell the Prado, the resale value for Prado is very good, and also this is a car that has a very high demand. That car in my list is the Subaru Outback. I personally feel like the Subaru Outback is really overrated. Now I'm trying to compare it with a car like the Subaru Forester. One thing that I know, the Subaru Outback, first of all, it has a big engine capacity. Well, I know there are clients that like that because of more power, but for a common person, they are okay with a 2000cc. So I feel like 2500cc actually tends to consume more fuel. And as we all know, the Subarus, they are guzzlers when it comes to the fuel consumption. Also, the ground clearance for the Subaru Outback, it's not as generous as other cars in that budget. I feel like that is something that we can both agree. Apart from maybe it comes as a four-wheel drive standards, it has an all-wheel drive as standard, and then also it has very beautiful looks, especially the interior, and also you can get something like the sunroof if you're looking for the Outback. The other thing is, of course, the safety features that are there in Subaru models, like the eyesight. These are good safety features, and for someone who's scouting for Subaru Outback, I will really be quick to discourage you and try to maybe suggest something like the Forester instead of the Outback. Yeah. Now the next car in my list is a very luxurious model. I'm talking about the Range Rover Sport. Now, one thing that I know, this car has a special target audience. It's not a car for everyone. It has a specific niche. But the truth that me and you, we both know that this car has a lot of mechanical issues and a lot of electronic issues. Also, this car, the repair cost and the spare parts for this car tend to be very expensive. It also undergoes frequent repairs, so this means that you're digging deep in your pockets. If I was encouraging someone who is looking for a more luxurious machine and a more practical car, I think I would encourage someone to opt for the Land Cruiser, or what we call the V8 here in Kenya. The V8 is actually tougher, it's dependable, and you can easily navigate roughest of the roughest terrain with that vehicle. So if I was to encourage a client, I would tell them to opt for the V8. rather than going for the Range Rover Sport. The reason why I'm advocating for the V8 is because it has a very big engine capacity. Of course, someone in that category is looking for power. They both share the same engine capacity because they are both 5000cc, 5000cc. So if you're looking for power, I feel like the V8 would be a much more better preference or a better suggestion compared to the Range Rover Sports. Yes, these are all my own personal opinions. You can also give your own opinions, and that's why we're all here. The other car that I feel like is really overrated, it is the Honda Fit. Tell me why we're paying 1.85 for a Honda Fit. And when we try compare it with the counterparts, that is something like the Mazda Demio, Toyota Vitz, we're getting these cars for around 1.3 or even thereabout. So I feel like the Fit trading for 1.8 is really overrated. But the main reason, as I keep on telling you, is the duty. The duty for Honda cars, they tend to be high. And this is because the CRSP for the Honda cars, they are also high. CRSP is the cost of buying this car brand new. The last car in my list is the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and specifically I'm talking about the C180. I personally feel like this car is a bit overrated. I know this one will stir up, some feelings here and there. I really love it. It's a good luxury car, but there's someone who told me, actually, I was trying to say that it's a good luxury car, but it's not off-road. And then he was telling me he's not buying this car to go off-road. There's no off-road that he's trying to navigate with this car. Hii ni starehe. So, yeah. The last car, maybe it's the Honda CR-V. I feel like the Honda CR-V is a bit overrated. First of all, the price for the Honda CR-V is quite high compared to the cars that are in its category. Because right now the Honda CR-V is trading something around 4 million, and there are so many cars that you can get in this budget. The reasons why I will shy away from the Honda CR-V is because it is less of an off-road car and more of a crossover car. Also, something like all-wheel drive is not standard, so you have to select. There are some cars that are two-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and then there are some that are all-wheel drive. So will I go for the Honda CR-V? Not really. There's so many other options that I will opt. And let me know, which car do you feel like people are overpaying for? Which car do you feel like it's a bit overrated? Or which car have I mentioned and you're feeling like, there I have to disagree with you? Let me know, and then we can engage further.